It's tangled up too tightly to undo by hand. A nice piece of rope and a freed mannequin. 2 birds with 1 stone. These clothes would probably fall apart if I touched them. Looks like this creepy. Those are some nice... They're not in bad shape. Won't be much use if I need to protect my hands, though. You can't have too many weapons. I don't have any... My trust... It's out of... An old shop vac. I haven't seen one in ages. It won't have any parts I need. These things are pretty useless. Doesn't look like they're even worth examining for parts. Not surprisingly, it's empty. I'm going to need something to open up the side if I want to scavenge for parts. I don't see... This isn't in as good a condition as I thought. Only useful part in here is this fuse. I might as well hang on to it. I can't get to anything inside. The display case is sealed. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Better not mess around too much with the broken glass. Dead, although I might be able to take a look inside and get it working again. There, that wasn't so tough. I've already gotten... These don't look too complex. It just looks like the main fuse is blown. I sure hope this works. Here goes nothing. Looks like that's my next destination. There's nothing worth salvaging here. A bunch of old office furniture, from the look of it. There's nothing worth... It's way too high for me to reach. Not a bad idea. That would be way too... It's way too high for... Ooh, that was more of a climb than I anticipated. What is this place? There's nothing on it. Reminds me of the one in the rebel hideout. I wonder if there was once a raven in there. There's nothing inside except an old birdcage liner. I don't need them. Messy. Reminds me of an old dress-up doll I used to have when I was a kid. I probably shouldn't... I haven't got time for I had something like this when I was a kid. A jar of dirt where bugs lived. Aha! Just what I thought. They're mechanical. Aha. Weird. I wonder what these are for. These look like security monitors. What are they doing here? These look anatomy, infectious diseases, biology, quite a collection. Full of lots of unmarked bottles. I wonder what they're for. Full of...
Ah, Amy Willard. You found me. I was hoping you would.
How did you...
I realize you probably have many questions. I can give you all the answers you need, but first, allow me to make myself more presentable.
So you are human?
Yes. I'm sorry to disappoint you if you were expecting more.
I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest. You told me you were a doctor.
Yes, Dr. Edwin Aquino, at your service. I was once the leader of the Green Lung vaccine development team, but after learning about their vaccine distribution, or lack thereof, that quickly changed.
Hang on, you knew about the vaccine hoarding? Why didn't you tell anyone?
That would have started violent riots. It's not fair to begin a civil war when it would end without a cure for the illness. I wanted to say something. It hurt not to, but the time wasn't right.
You didn't think the people deserved to know?
They do, and they will. But not while we only have a vaccine and not a cure. With a permanent cure, the aristocracy's hoarding becomes irrelevant, and the focus will be on eradicating the disease.
I guess that makes sense. Why the mechanical ravens? What do they do?
Rather clever little inventions, wouldn't you say? They have video transmitters in their eyes and audio transmitters in their beaks. I use them as scouts, since I can control them remotely.
Did you make them?
No, someone else did, a long time ago. In any case, they've served me quite well, at least the ones that haven't broken. I have very few left, which is going to be a problem at some point.
You've been following me with your birds. Why am I of such interest to you?
You did a lottery job for the Ministry of Energy.
That's right. What of it?
You've got the disease. You're fighting to survive. You're clever and resourceful. Exactly what I need.
Exactly what do you need?
After I left the Ministry of Medicine, I began my attempts at developing a permanent cure for green lung. It was a long process, which took over 10 years, but just last month, I had a breakthrough and was able to make this.
Is that?
Yes, this is the cure for green lung. I've been testing it and it seems to work, but I need to be certain. Aside from that, I don't have the information necessary to mass produce the cure, though I suspect Tiberius keeps it somewhere in the Ministry of Energy.
So what is it you need from me?
We're both fugitives, Amy. I can't put myself at risk by going to the places I need to. If I'm killed or captured, my research will have all been for nothing. You can clearly take care of yourself. I saw how you handled things at Rockwall Prison and Willowdale Plaza.
You helped me out both of those times.
I merely provided some assistance. Your survival was your own doing. Now I realize it's a bit much to ask, but your help would be incredibly valuable, not just to me, but to the future of humanity.
It's not really much to ask. I owe you my life, after all.
Thank you, Amy. I appreciate it. The main thing I need is to find out where Tiberius is keeping my research on mass production. At some point, I'll also need a subject to test the cure on, so I can be absolutely sure it works. Do you have any questions?
About your subject, can I try the cure?
I'd like to, but it's far too risky. You are one of my greatest assets right now. If this proves to have any adverse side effects, I'll be without your help. Once I can mass produce this, I won't have to be so careful.
Why do you dress like that?
Intimidation, mainly. The work I do is not exactly looked upon favorably by the government, so I had to come up with a way to make sure I was left alone. The costume is just to make sure anyone who might happen to see me is scared off.
So you knew of the rumors about the Reaper and decided to become him yourself?
No, I'm the one who started them. Creating the image of death personified seemed a natural deterrent for anyone who might get too close. Thankfully, the rumors seem to have spread rather quickly over the years.
You aren't kidding. There's a whole cult dedicated to worshipping you.
Yes, I know of them. An extreme example, but I can't deny it helps my work.
How can we find the mass production information?
Ideally, I could use my ravens to go in and locate it, but I only have 3 working ones left. And as you're well aware, Tiberius's tower is huge. It would take way too long for only 3 ravens to scan the entire place without being detected.
Could I take a look at one of them?
Of course.
Who did you say made these?
A friend in the Ministry of Knowledge, but that was ages ago. I know very little about their design.
It isn't too complex, actually. I can fix them for you, no problem.
You can?
Sure. See this bit here? That's the servo, the part that controls the wings. It's worn out, so I just need to replace it with a new one.
Are those common? Would we be able to find one or more in the city?
Well, I learned about them from working on toy airplanes that my friend had when we were kids. If we could find some, we'd be in business.
I wonder. Yes, excellent. As I suspected, there's a hobby shop which has remained mostly intact further in the city, and I can see that they have several model airplanes.
Great, I'll go get them and fix your ravens in no time.
Yes, but the store is located in the quarantine zone.
So, I have nothing to worry about. I'm already infected.
You contracting green lung isn't my concern. It's how you're going to get back out. The quarantine zone is designed to keep people from escaping.
If I can find a way in, I'll just have to find a way out, won't I?
Fine. While you're there, see if you can bring someone back with you. Someone who has been quarantined will make an ideal subject to test the cure on.
I'll see what I can do.
Good. Take this then.
What is it?
A 2-way communicator. They used to call them walkie-talkies. We can use them to stay connected while you're in there.
Can you tell me anything about Tiberius?
Quite a bit. I've known him for a very long time. Since before the bombs, in fact. Was there anything specific you wanted to know?
What was Tiberius like before the bombs?
He was the director of the Ministry of Energy. Of course, back then he wasn't calling himself Tiberius. He was just Julian. After society collapsed, he took the initiative to reform and establish the aristocracy. His love for history led him to adopt the alias of Tiberius, as well as insisting the other aristocrats take the name of ancient Roman emperors.
Why does he wear that awful mask?
Anonymity. He felt government leaders are more respected as an institution rather than as people. I can't deny that this approach works extremely well.
Was he always so evil?
I wouldn't call him that. Manipulative, yes. Ruthless, undoubtedly. But not evil. He suffered immense trauma on the day the bombs fell.
Everyone did. Not all of us had the wealth to recover so easily.
Tiberius lost both his wife and unborn child that day. Wealth or not, that hits a man hard. It left him quite mentally unstable, to be honest. His determination to rebuild society was rooted in trying to cope with his loss. In a way, I felt pity for him. Perhaps too much.
What do you mean by that?
Nothing. Never mind.
Strange for him to have a soothsayer for an assistant. How is he qualified?
Superstition is a very powerful force. I'm living proof of that. I never had many dealings with the soothsayer, but I believe he came from somewhere outside the city. Tiberius finds comfort in being able to have a channel to the supposed other side. While I don't share his beliefs, I can't particularly fault him for having them.
That's all for now.
Fair enough.
I'll just get to it then.
Good luck, Amy. By the way, that doorway back there will allow you to get up and down the tower much easier than climbing.
An old radio and some kind of electronic music equipment. They've surely been scavenged for parts. Just as I suspected. He's hard at work. Quarantine zone. For a lot of people, this is one of the last signs they ever get to read. A safety sign. Looks to be warning against riding on the back of the trains. Nice. I think trains used to cross here when they would go in and out of the central business district. That doesn't look like it's a very pleasant job. That doesn't look... Excuse me.
Huh? What do you want?
What is it you're doing out here?
Transporting people into the quarantine zone. What does it look like?
Aren't you worried about getting infected?
Well, considering this is a lottery job, not really.
I need to get inside the quarantine zone.
Huh. You know, I think that's the first time I've ever heard anyone say that. Why on earth would you want to go into the quarantine zone? There's nothing in there except the sick and dying.
There's a friend of mine inside who I'm looking for.
I hate to break it to you, but people only get sent in there when it's close to the end. I'd forget about your friend if I were you.
I need to get inside.
So you said, but I still don't understand why you'd want to go in there.
I've got green lung.
Is that so? You look pretty healthy to me.
That may be, but I can assure you I've got it.
Look, my orders are to take people in who are at the terminal phase, and you clearly aren't. So unless you can prove otherwise, my hands are tied. Why are you trying to get in there anyway? If I was you, I would avoid telling anyone I was sick.
I have my reasons.
I'm sure you do.
Keep up the good work.
Thanks.
That doesn't look... hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Everything going okay with you?
Yes. How are you faring?
Slowly, but surely, I'll be in touch. I need proof that I'm dying.
A rather odd request.
Yes, but if I'm going to get into the quarantine zone, I need the gatekeeper to think I'm sick enough.
I may have a plan. I just hope you aren't faint of heart.
Trust me, I'm not.
Good. Go out and see if you can find someone who has recently died of green lung. Then use your communicator to let me know. I should be able to help you further from there.
Okay, but how will I be able to tell if they died of green lung?
Look for green sputum around the body and pustules around the wrists. Those are the two telltale signs.
Over and out. No sputum or pustules. This person didn't die of green lung. I don't see how I can use... I don't see... Even if this person did die of green lung, there's no way to tell without any skin. nothing on there worth taking. I'd rather not touch it, just in case it's not abandoned. It won't have any parts I need. I don't need to go through that again. I don't need poking around in there with my... These won't help any. I've already gotten it open. You can't have... Looks like he's got pustules on his wrists, and there's a small puddle of green goo on the ground next to him. This person was definitely a victim of green lung. Hello?
Yes.
I found our patient.
Excellent. Where is the body located?
In Sector 67, right near that painting.
I'll meet you there shortly.
Poor soul. Hopefully this site will soon be a thing of the past. Step over there if you would, Amy. I need room to work. Here, take this.
A severed arm?
Yes. Notice the pustules around the wrist. Those are the telltale signs of the terminal phase of green lung. With some trickery on your part, you should be able to use this to get into the quarantine zone.
Okay, thanks. The hand is partly decomposed, and there's pustules around the wrist. I can't believe I'm carrying this around with me. At least it doesn't smell. Maybe this will help. I'm not sure. Excuse me.
Yeah? What is it?
Take a look at this.
Oh, jeez. You weren't kidding. We have to get you inside. Climb up on the cart here and let's get a move on.
This place.
Well, well. Fresh meat.
I beg your pardon?
Welcome to the quarantine zone, honey. Now shut up. Boys.
What are you...
So, this is how things are going to work, okay? My guys are going to search you and take anything we like. Once we do that, you don't follow us or ever talk to us again. Curl up wherever you want and wait until you die. Anything good, Honor?
Yeah, a crossbow, radio, baseball bat, a piece of metal, and a severed arm?
Huh. It's always the clean ones that are the freaks. Let her keep her little toy. Take the rest.
Let go of me!
Enjoy your stay while you can.
Well, I guess this is the best place for it. I am not touching those. It's sealed up. I can't get inside. I wonder what this used to be. I'm guessing it used to say hobbies. This is the place. Oh God. I guess he wanted to go out on his own terms. I'm not going to touch him. It's disrespectful. A cash register. It's been a long time since this got used. Not surprisingly, it's empty. It's just a display model. It hasn't got a servo. Great. 12 boxes still sealed. These servos will work perfectly.
Amy, not you too.
Gordon? What happened to you?
I didn't give my materials to the rebels. Instead, I took the aristocrats up on their deal for food vouchers. When I got sick, they threw me in here without a second thought. I thought I'd be taken care of. I should have at least tried helping Danton. Maybe we wouldn't be here right now. Maybe my daughter wouldn't be out there alone.
It's okay, Gordon. I'm working to try to get a permanent cure for everyone.
A permanent cure? That can't be possible.
It is. I've seen it.
But even if that was true, we're stuck here. There's no way out.
I'll find a way. I swear.
Well, as a word of warning, stay away from the old supermarket. This lady named Rita hangs out there, and she's bad news.
Thanks for the heads up, but I've already met her.
Just don't go looking for trouble if you can help it.
There's nothing else on the shelf that I really need. Poor Gordon looks miserable. Hey, Gordon?
Yeah?
When did they put you in here?
I don't know. I haven't been counting. Seems like forever. Wasn't too long after they put up those posters of you in the market. What did you do anyway?
It's a long story, and now isn't the time. What's the deal with that Rita lady?
I haven't dealt with her too much, but she seems like a bully. Didn't give me too much trouble when I came in, but then I didn't have much of value on me.
Why would she take people's things? It's not like she can take them with her.
Who knows? Maybe she's a hoarder.
Any ideas on how to escape this place?
Escape? From here? Come on, Amy. The quarantine zone is made to keep people in. Nobody's escaped before.
Denby told me he'd done it.
Amy, Denby told me he sewed his hoodie using Tiberius's wig hair. I know he's your friend, but I wouldn't put too much stock in his stories.
Well, I'm not giving up that easily. I'm not dying in here.
You don't really have much of a choice, I'm afraid.
I'm gonna go, but I'll be back.
I'll be here.
Another victim of green lung. Looks like they've been here for quite some time. There isn't much left of this person to search. A mother and her child. At least they died together. I'll let them rest in peace. Last one to die, please turn out. I'd rather not. Poor man. Doesn't look like he went peacefully. He hasn't got anything of value on him that I can see. A Corinth Duke. I haven't seen one of these in ages. I haven't got time to scavenge for parts now. Maybe when this is all over. Oh my God. That was probably an advertisement once. It's too faded to read now. Things don't look good, but I'm not at that point just yet. Looks like this was a food store once. Can't imagine there's a whole lot left.
Hey, didn't I tell you not to follow me? Turn around nice and slow and start walking.
Rita, in a week you'll be dead, just like the rest of us. What's the point of this?
I like stuff.
Yeah, so does everyone else. And when you die, all this stuff won't matter anymore.
You know what else I like? When people stay out of my business. Why don't you mosey on out of here now?
Another resident of the quarantine zone. I can't tell if this person is alive or dead. It's probably best to keep... Another resident. Looks like a tent city for those who weren't lucky enough to find shelter in the buildings. They're empty. I guess people don't stick around too long in them. Another resident of the dead disposal. Well, that's certainly direct. It's connected to the door. Maybe it's some kind of manual control? A bunch of servos for remote-controlled airplanes. These should work. It's sealed shut. I'll need to unlock it if I want to get it open. There's nothing out there but leveled buildings and more dead bodies. The sunlight seems even more intense here. I shouldn't stare directly into it. I wish I could just block it out with my hands. I can see the blast zone from here. To think, that's where this all started 20 years ago. Another unfortunate victim of Greenlung. I'll let the dead rest.
You again? You're really pushing your luck. If you're so eager to die, I can help you with that.
I need to escape from here. Do you know a way out?
Escape? Huh. The only way out of here is through the dead disposal chute. You'll get your chance to escape through there next month. Just be sure you're dead by then. You done asking stupid questions now? Get your ass out of here. You again? If you're so...
I'm here for my stuff.
Is that right? Well, I guess I could give you back one of your bolts. Do you prefer it in your head or your heart?
If those are my options, I'd prefer it up your ass.
You do remember that I'm the one with the weapon at the moment, right? Now get out of here!